So, hey, everybody, great day. I just want to just stop in and give a brief intro to today's video because otherwise it'd be a little confusing. Don't look over my shoulder. Look here. I'm here. I love you enough to be honest with you. Pay attention to me. Don't worry about where I am and what I'm doing. I'm talking to you and I'm happy to see you. So, today's video will be a little confusing if I didn't give it an introduction. But before I even do that, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was very nerve wracking and quite how can I say, confusing if I should even do this. But all the great responses I got a ton of what are these things called? Views, a good number of likes and shares and subscribe. We'll talk about that in a second. But the background, the people that email me, the clients that called me, past clients, current clients that called me and expressed their personal concern. I love y'all. This is great. And that gave me all the comfort in the world to know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm using my life experience to share with you and to show you that life before divorce, life during divorce, and life after divorce is worth looking into, learning about, and trying to make it as enduring, easy to handle as possible. So thank you. Especially 90% of my clients, actually 97% of my clients are women. I've been doing this 15 years and 97% of my clients are women. Use that fact to draw whatever conclusion you want. That's not the point. But the men that reached out, and a lot of men that don't even know me, that somehow this gets into the universe and they reached out, emailed, and shared a lot of concerns and about their having and how they just want to end their divorces peacefully. I'm happy to hear that a lot of people really aren't wanting to fight and go at each other and chomp each other's heads off and be disrespectful and embarrass themselves in front of the kids and use the kids against each other. So a lot of people saw that I'm trying to show what life is in divorce without all the unnecessary negativity and fighting. There's a lot of relationship videos out there. There's a lot of people doing stuff, but I don't think there's enough of this. Something that speaks to both men and women. Uh, there's a lot of marriage stuff, and it's great. I love it. I plan on being married again one day. But the point is, there's a lot of relationship stuff out there, but there's not enough that tells people and encourages the healing that comes with divorce. So here we go. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Sandler, and this is my second. I don't know. This is another entry. The last time we spoke, I believe I was just about to go to court. I'm getting divorced. The divorce master is getting divorced, or the divorce expert, the divorce professional, is getting divorced. And as you already know, it's not easy. And with that being said, it's interesting that well, it's not interesting, it's life. Now it's me. Hopefully it won't be you, or hopefully you'll get married and you'll never have to go down this road again. But last time was a preliminary conference, and just to get a little technical on you, in case you need this kind of help, a PC conference is simply everybody just airing their grievances, and the judge, the court, is actually trying to get you guys to settle. Sometimes that happens, sometimes it doesn't, because the parties feel like there's issues that need to be brought up front, whether it be child support or visitation or custody or alimony. Oh God, alimony. And in my case, there were a few issues that needed to be straightened out revolving the children, because my children's mother and I have four kids. One of them is aged out. She's not even a part of the picture anymore. But the other three that stayed with her, one of them decided to come live with me. I'm very happy about that. But we had a family court order that stated that all three would stay with her. We would have joint legal custody. We should both have equal say in making decisions, but the children would live with her. So the difference between physical custody and legal custody is physical is who the children are going to live with. Legal custody is when you make decisions over the children's lives. I know a lot of people who have joint legal custody, they go through things similar to me, whereas you're supposed to have an equal say in your children's life, their schooling, camps, who they're visiting, things of that nature. But it seems like the physical custodial parent, the parent the children live with, tends to make most of the decisions. And I can already hear some voices saying, well, that's right, that makes sense. Of course, whoever has a kid should make all the decisions. No, it doesn't work like that. Because clearly it took two people to make the kids, and two people decide to work together to have kids. So while it's one person's decision whether they want to keep the child during pregnancy or not, once the child comes into the world, you're both equally responsible. So I'm happy to have joint legal custody. So one of them decided to come live with me. and the court was unaware. My children, well, the court was unaware. Everyone was unaware except me and my child. So apparently that wasn't told to the court, and I thought it was. So the court needed to get my children's mother to say that, yeah, that's the case, because she chose not to appear at the last court hearing. So when you don't appear, that delays a divorce. And like anybody else, I want to get this thing over with, and I want it to be done right. So today we're going to revisit that one issue. Go on to court just to talk about one thing. Also, there was an expectation to deliver paperwork, something called a statement of net worth. And that pretty much declares your net worth, what assets you have, what money you have in the bank, what do you do for a living? Do you have stocks, bonds, investments? And they use that to determine matters of child support and maybe alimony, if that's the case. So I was supposed to give that in, and I didn't. And to be honest, to be non-technical, I procrastinated, and procrastination is a form of fear. And I tried to tell the court in advance yesterday that I wasn't going to have it, and they'll give me another chance. And I'm going to jump on top of this because when I realized how immature it was for me to be fearful of something that's going to happen anyway, I said, boy, I'm not a woulda, coulda, shoulda, but it might have been nice if I would have just gave it in. Because whatever you're going to pay is what you're going to pay. And you really can't, you can lie all you want. You're going to pay something. So today we're going to rectify the issue surrounding the one child, and then we're going to perhaps discuss what's going to happen in the future court dates. So not really sexy today, actually sort of technical and boring. All this can be avoided if both parties simply aren't friends, doesn't have to be friends, and the love is gone, but at least two people can sit down in a business discussion and discuss what's best for everyone involved, specifically the kids. And it's unfortunate when two people cannot, because the court, meaning the judge, the attorneys in the court, and your attorney, if you have one, are going to make decisions over your life. They weren't anywhere involved in the process of you getting married or you having the kids, but now because two people, or at least one person, cannot cooperate, that leads them to making a decision. And typically that means neither party is going to be happy. So I guess neither party being happy is fair. Let's see what happens. I'll check back in after this is done. I'm about to pray, and I encourage you to do the same before you go to court or before you even do anything in life. Pray. So, court is over for today. And interesting. Virtual hearing, and I may not have said in the prior video, but for the sake of education, in the early conferences, the judge doesn't even appear. The judge's representative, what happens to be an attorney representing the courtroom. You know, if the judge is Batman, the attorney is Robin. So that person comes out and tries to get everything straight. So when the judge comes out, he has less work to do. It's almost like when you go to the doctor and the nurse comes in, checks you out, checks your height, your weight, asks you how you feeling, why are you here? And then he or she goes off, and then in comes the doctor. And the doctor reads the computer, and then the doctor says, why are you here? And this is what we're going to do. So the nurse is actually there longer than the doctor. All right, I said all that to say, I did not see the judge today. And today was only surrounding the custody of our one child that I'm happy to say came to live with me. No one showed up. I want to let that sit in. No one showed up. So what happened? You would think nothing. Well, the court tried to call the defendant, my soon-to-be ex-wife's attorney. She didn't answer. We were both sent emails in advance, no response. And no one showed up. So the child support was reduced significantly. I don't need to tell you what it was in the first place. But when I say significantly, I mean significantly. Not happy about that. My wallet is, my budget is, and of course, I'll always take care of my children. But it was reduced. And it was postponed, well, and everything was adjourned for our next court visit, which will be in September. That'll give me time to gather all the financials. And the court strategy is that perhaps by paying much less, that'll make everybody wake up, especially my children's mother will probably say to a lawyer, why aren't you doing anything? My child support was reduced. Yeah, yeah. So what I'm guessing is what happens a lot of time, the attorney doesn't communicate with their client. So I'm not sure if the defendant, my soon-to-be ex, knows what is going on because she and I don't speak. But it definitely helps to speak to your attorney and check what's going on in cases like these. I don't have an attorney. If I'm going to hire one, it'll be down the road. But I've been representing myself, and God's been helping me. So let's see what happens in September. So sometimes you can go to court and never avoid a court date because you look just as bad if you don't show up, or if you go dressed improperly, or you go looking shabby, or with a poor attitude, or looking miserable. Be pleasant, be kind. These people, those little things do affect the outcome. Even if it's a little bit, it doesn't hurt to be kind. Don't be nice. Nice is fake. Kind is from God. See you in September. Hope this helped. Thought I was going to be saying more, but no one showed up.